Yeah, and we're live. Perfect. All right, welcome, folks. My name is Michael Huggins, and we are showcasing another story on our Zoomup. It's our meetup on Zoom. I'm joined today by my co-host Scott Rowe. What's up, Scott?
Sasquatch Scooty in the house, but we're going to do some paranormal rentals. That's what we're talking about. Paranormal rentals.
Oh
You got
yeah,
you got to come to the pre-meeting. Some creative ideas.
there's some big demand for this kind of real estate, and we're looking to capitalize on it. Anyway, uh, yes, these shows are live. If you want to catch them, they are Monday through Friday at noon Mountain Time. Get with the person who got you the recording to catch these live. Glad everyone is here today. Okay. Also, another quick announcement. At the end of this, you're going to want to catch our previous episodes. We've got over 70 in the books now. Go check out that playlist. There's a ton of other stories. The reason why we bring you these stories is because we want to inspire you to get off your butt, get out there, do some real estate, face your fears and chase your dreams. Because if now is the time. There's no more sitting on your butt waiting for someone to come bail you out or give you a handout. No, no, no. Let's create our futures instead of wonder what it's going to look like. And when you take back control, I got to take back control. I met this group 10 years ago. I went from changing oil, making 20,000 a year, to now flipping houses, making 20,000 a month. Life has changed a ton. I put in some work to do it, took a little bit of risk, but such is everything, right? Scott, what happened for you?
Well, I actually lost a $212,000 job before I met y'all. And my wife actually answered a crazy little roadside sign talking about this real estate investing group here locally in Chi-Town. And I wouldn't go to the first meeting because I'm not a dog and pony kind of show, kind of guy. But she went and she dragged me down to the next meeting, and I met a nurse with 12 properties, a firefighter with 14 properties, an ex-art teacher with 22 properties, and he became the model. He had more money coming into his life than going out of his life, because I guess teaching art's not hard to replace. But we didn't have jobs when we started, and we've never needed a job. So we lost our big time jobs because they went technology based, internet based. So they didn't need a vice president in charge of lots of people. So lost $212,000 job and replaced it with this. My wife and I have, and again, you got to dot your I's and cross the T's, and you have to make sure that there's no guarantees of this, but we haven't made less than six figures in annually since we started. So
Nice. Way cool. So it takes work, folks. Real estate has its own risks. Surround yourself with professionals, the right CPAs, attorneys, inspectors, appraisals, everyone. The key is that you become the CEO mindset inside of a real estate investing business, not just a contractor. And I think today's a great episode to showcase that, going from that mindset of wanting to do everything to running the show and basically taking control of his life. He's got an amazing story. He's lived, I think, 3 or 4 lifetimes now, and
he's
now
like a cat.
yeah, and now launching a real estate life for himself and his wife. I met him about 6 years ago, and he had just transitioned from a pilot. I think if I he was doing 20 years or so as a worldwide pilot, flying into the crazy. He's got some crazy stories. Nighttime landing in a dirt road in a storm in the jungle, and he's got some
Not
stories.
that one, Mike. Not that one.
So, but we want to also showcase why he got into real estate, what he was looking for, and what he's found working with our group. So, everyone, help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Tom Heerman.
I hear, man.
Hi, guys. So, what do you want to hear, and where do I start?
What were you doing right before you started? Why did you want to start? How did you start? Who'd you meet? Go.
I recently retired from the airlines. Didn't know what I was doing. I was going to some community college classes to take up my time, and just looking for something to do. In the airlines, you had to retire at 60, so I did. And so I ran across these signs on the road, these cheesy little $10,000 a month signs or whatever it was, and I knew it was a scam. I knew it was nothing good there. But I finally got just interested in just what this is all about. Where is this coming from? So I finally called the number up, went to a meeting, and I went to the meeting. There was nobody there to talk. I mean, people were there, but the guy that introduced me didn't show up. I mean, he showed up, he didn't talk to me. So I by myself went to the meeting, came back again the next week because I was curious what was going on. This time I met him, and we started talking about some things, and I ended up taking the essentials package after a couple of months of looking around. And after looking at that, I just had to have the rest. So I talked my wife into let me use her credit card, which was not an easy thing to do. And we got the Extreme Plus, and just been having fun ever since. So
you're like me. I'm not going to no scam. That was me.
that
dude. I'm
was
telling
it.
you. My
I
wife,
knew it.
I mean, we were in bad shape, right? So we lost our condo and our place in South Beach, and I was like, so she dragged me to that second meeting, and I wanted to stay married, so that I went down to that second meeting. Yeah. But you were just bored. You just went down because you're like,
I
well,
was bored.
that's good.
And but but like Nancy, Shelley knew it was a scam. We had several very animated discussions on it. But she went along with it anyway. And we started out, we get involved with a couple of short sales at that time. Short sales are everywhere, and work with a couple of those. Ended up moving back to Seattle from Salt Lake. My stepfather was not doing well, so I came up to take care of him. Got into a short sale down in Tacoma, and bought the house for I think about 122 or something like that. Sold it. We had all kinds of problems. Ended up selling it a year later for $269,900. So even with the problem, we did okay on it. And then just kind of worked on the market a little bit and looked around some things. And I got a phone call here just a few months ago from a guy in Renatus. I met him one time. We talked a little bit, I guess, online and stuff, but nothing was big. He said that he found 4 houses that cash flowed for $160,000, but he didn't have the cash at the moment, and he had to close in 10 days. Was I interested? Well, I thought $160,000 4 houses. He's probably talking about the buy-in, right? What's going to cost to get involved. Turned out that was a full price. So I didn't have that much money laying around either. So we got together with a couple other guys, came up with $180,000, went down and checked the house, ended up buying for $142,000. Got them all fixed up. Now we're in the process of refinancing those. That led us to 3 other houses that we picked up one at a time. Checked those out. And that led us to a 9-unit apartment building that needed some work. And so we bought that. And those would be, actually we had to rehab all of the apartments in that. I think 5 of them are ready to be rented out now. We got a couple people interested in some of those. The other 3 will be done next month. That apartment, by the way, was so bad that we bought it, closed on Friday, and he had new roof on it within 2 weeks. The top apartments were not rented because they all leaked from the roof. Oh, wow. So it was bad. In fact, one of the second-story apartments, the people who rented it lived in a tent inside the apartment building.
Sounds like Seattle.
That sounds like I was about to say that.
That was actually Scott. That was in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Tom's in Seattle now. I guess the deals are in Kansas.
I'm in Seattle. We bought the property in Kansas. We're working in Kansas, and
okay.
And then
real quick, Tom. So what you're saying is a couple months ago you found a 4 property purchase, like a package of
right.
You went and analyzed it. You negotiated it down about 20 grand, bought them all, rehabbed them, and then refinanced, got all of your money out, and then went and bought 3 more houses.
Well, we're in the process of refinancing right now. We will get the money out probably a little bit more than that. No,
are those in Seattle? Because that's really low in the Seattle area.
Right. That's why when they told me 160 for 4 houses.
For 4 houses in Seattle.
No, what said these were Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. Okay, that's what I want to get. I want to get clear on this, right? Because I can find listen, I can find some houses for 100, cheap.
Oh yeah,
40 grand down here in the Midwest, but find them in Seattle is kind of hard.
No, you're not going to. You won't find a lot for that here in Seattle. Actually, he was actually from Ohio, He called me up and said, "Am I interested?" We got other people in the group. We got one from another from Ohio and one from Salt Lake and Seattle. So we got people together from all over. All were noticed, all within the community. And
And
so
so months ago you had 0 of these going, and now how many units do you have?
about 4 months ago now, we have 9 plus 7, 16. But now here's the best part. Shelley found an apartment offline here a while ago that they're running it's 69 units, and we're now negotiating for that.
Nice.
Way cool. So yeah, if you can go from 6, you figure out the numbers and you go, you know what? Let's add 60 to that. Come on.
Our goal is to do 100 within a year, and it looks like we're going to go over that.
What a good idea.
What
I encourage
what a
that
good
sort of
goal.
behavior.
What a good goal.
Now,
Uh,
folks, how Tom's what I'm gonna call right now a late bloomer, right? First couple years, he was still kind of like, all right, 1 deal here, 2 deals here.
Yeah.
But now he's got so much network and he's taken so much of the curriculum and showed up that 16 units inside of 4 months. Now looking at 60, he's not even batting an eye.
Well, it was something I wasn't in a real hurry. We're kind of fun with it, making some friends and making a little money here and there. And but once this thing got rolling, it's like it's taking on a life of its own.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where it's hard to stop.
Exciting.
People are bringing us deals. We did some private money to rehab the places we have. One lady was interested. I talked with her. And here's something else I'm going to point out. Take care of the people. Be honest with them. Be straight with them. And I asked what she wanted for the money that we were going to use to rehab with. She said, how about 4%? And I said, no, that's not right. So we renegotiated. We're paying her 8, which is more in line with what she should be getting. And my thought is, if we pay her 4%, she'll find out. She'll know. And she'll feel like we took advantage of her. So let's not take advantage of her. Let's be straight up. And now her mother's talking about coming into it with some more money. And her mother's got a lot more money than she had. So,
well, when you double the
that might
returns,
work out
the
too.
word gets out.
Yeah, and you structure these deals to have
Yeah.
plenty on the bone.
Yeah.
But the thing is to take care of it, because we had enough profit in that 8% was not going to hurt us, and it's the right thing to do with her. And
So let me ask you this: before doing commercial pilot as your career, what were you doing before that?
oh, that's so far back, I'm not sure. Actually, before that, I worked for the Seattle Times, the newspaper,
Okay, and before that,
and then I was in reserves in the military. I was flying P3s, and then we got into DCAs and 747. So
doing some. He's trying not to tell us about his crazy adventures, folks.
you don't want to hear about them.
I like paranormal talk. Come on. make
We
it a
did
niche.
a lot. We
show.
were okay. All right.
All right.
Sit down.
Here we go.
Strap on your seatbelts. The company I flew for was a company that was made up of 2 company airlines from Vietnam. Do you understand what a company airline was?
Yeah, CIA.
CIA. Yes, CIA.
Look at me.
So we picked up a few contracts from that. I was in Mogadishu before Black Hawk Down. We did a lot of stuff, some for the Red Cross into countries, a lot of really fun flying. We were in South Africa when you didn't want to leave the hotel. We were into Russia when we were the first cargo airline to fly into Russia, by the way. We were flying with a contract for Air India over China when nobody else could fly over China. We just had a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. A lot of trips in Africa, Australia, Japan,
Worldwide.
Europe. I was gone typically about 26 days a month. Sometimes at one point I was gone for almost 3 months straight. It's hard on a marriage, I'll tell you that. You're not home.
Well, unless your
So-
wife likes you gone. Like,
Well,
mine does.
apparently she liked me gone because we ended up getting divorced. So she probably liked me gone more than I thought.
No, mine wants to keep me around and lets me travel. Oh, you want to go to
You have
Sturgis
to have
for
a
2
talk
weeks?
with her, don't we?
You guys all know her.
So yeah, it's been a fun life, and when I got through with that, I love flying. I got too old, so we started doing the real estate, and now that's being a lot of fun. And now, like I say, it's just taking on life of its own. I mean, we're finding properties and working on the deals, and people calling us with money to lend for the deals we got going.
Gotta have that reputation. So I think it's been almost 8 years since we met. Is that correct? 7?
I don't know. I've talked to the guy that signed me up, whoever that was.
I think it was like almost 8 years ago. So
Yeah, it was August was in August. It's about 7.5 years.
okay. Okay. But you now, who's experiencing this success, what kind of advice would you give yourself back then? Now looking back at the beginning.
Well, it depends what you want. I mean, if you're younger or even middle aged,
No, just you giving your own self advice.
Yeah, yourself.
I probably have gotten involved a lot more quickly. I was unsure. It was an area that I really wasn't that familiar with. And we had some setbacks starting out that didn't help any, but it's just a matter of don't let that slow you down. Just go back and try it again. Because with the support of the group and the people we've got helping, and gosh, I've had a lot of support from the group, guys. People that I know, people I don't know, coming up and helping me out. And
Here's a great question. I think I want to ask. Ready? We're very specific. Okay. So
ask you don't want the answer.
I do want the answer to this one. I don't know if I want the CIA answers. Okay, here we go. So on the deals you're doing now, like you're involved in these deals, and you say the deals keep coming. Name the number of states that the folks from the community are involved in, right? How many?
This deal right here?
Any of the deals you're doing, like all the deals you're talking about right now, how many people are you connecting with to do these deals from different states? Name how many different states are involved as far as an individual in a state.
That I am or have worked with?
Yeah.
Oh my. Probably about 10, maybe more.
Right. So you're in a state, somebody else in another state from this community. That's how well we connect. I mean, that's the key. The key is like, we don't even let COVID take us down. We're doing meetings in this building here since 2007, but we put cameras in the ceiling back in 2011 and started broadcasting everything so we could start building the country. And now, since everything's shifting to the online thing, it's still a tight community where people from other states are actually funding, like a guy in Cincinnati being funded by a guy in California because they met through the community and the study groups. So that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, how many people involved in your deals are from different states? You're not like hanging out at the Starbucks with them in the morning talking about deals. It's a connection that does transcend a border. So that's my point.
Yeah. Like this deal we're working on now, we're concentrating on one state for the properties, which is Kansas.
So you got a guy in this community in Kansas looking, right?
No,
you got somebody, nobody's checking out the deal. You're just checking it out through
but he is.
realtors.
But he's from Ohio. He drives down. He's born in that city,
All right.
and he goes back to visit his mom once in a while. And now when he visits his mom, he gets a tax write-off because he has a business there. And the people that have given us money for rehabs have been in Arizona and in Washington. People who are in the group have been Washington, Ohio, Utah, and then that's just for that deal. Other deals we run into, we've got in other states. Got other things on the back burner that we're kind of working on too right now. So it's at the point where I don't have time to take a nap anymore.
Oh, dang it. What a life to live.
I know. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, cool. This has been exciting. And so it looks like if you keep on track with the pace you've created for yourself, your goal of 100 units by the end of the year is definitely within reach. And we're
Oh,
rooting-
absolutely. Yeah. And
This
that's,
year?
that's it.
Yeah.
Pardon?
This year, yeah, we're in the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah. And we're probably not going to stop there. It's just how hard you're going to work, how much time you're going to put into it. And like I said, once it gets going, want people who know who you are. And for those who haven't done anything yet, reach out to your friends, get something going. And if it doesn't work out as you expect the first time, learn, and regroup and do it again. I mean, the education is wonderful, but it doesn't cover every single opportunity you have. There are things you still have to figure out for yourself.
Be
move ahead.
responsible. That's what I'm hearing.
There's another lady that we just joined our group about a month ago. And so far now, she and her partner are looking for some contractors in Chicago to work on. She's from Washington State. She's turning her basement into a short-term rental. She's just going wild, and she's getting started.
Nice. Yep, we love
That's the way you should start if you really want to get going.
Yeah.
Be more specific, like turn your basement into a rental. Or we'll be more specific on that. How should you start if you're going to get going?
Well, when she started up, she didn't know where to even start. So we had some conversations. We talked on the phone a little bit, looked around. She said her son was moving out. She's divorced. She had a nice house, a very nice house, I might add. She's 10 minutes from downtown Spokane. Her house is actually on the river, which is very desirable property. And so she would turn that into a short-term rental. And for, you've got hospitals there, you've got business people there that look for a place to be. And say it'd be 10 minutes from downtown. It's not very far away. That works out. Prices on property, even in Spokane, are kind of crazy for you Midwesterners. Yep. So she picked up a partner in Chicago. They're looking for properties around the Chicago area. In fact, she called. We had a conversation this morning. She's looking for some contractors that can give her an estimate on some prices she's looking at. So
you're saying within 30 days hit the ground running, whereas you were kind of like, well, I don't know.
I was taking my time. Yeah, I did. I was looking at some short sales. Short sales are a lot of fun. They're messy, but
how long
you can help people out.
Get your first deal from beginning to into your first deal? How long was that?
Oh, probably 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said, I wasn't in a hurry.
Yeah.
And things are a lot better now too. The follow up is a lot better with the group. The education we've got. The education is still good, but now there's ways of helping people get involved and get started. And it's a lot larger group than it was when I started.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were 20 some classes when I started. Now there's, we're close to 80. So I don't know. Yeah. More than I've got fingers, so I can't really count. But it's a lot.
Well, cool. So it keeps getting better. There's an evolution to it, folks. So if you've been looking around for a while and you're on the fence, well, my coach said there's only one thing you get by sitting on the fence, and that's splinters in your body.
Yeah.
So get off the fence. Do something about it. Make a decision. Link arms with us. Come to an intro. Come to a property tour. Come to a workshop. There's a ton of value you can get from each of these things, and you really get to see the nuts and bolts behind how the system works and how people like Tom are taking advantage of this in their retirement. It's a beautiful thing. So glad to be a part of this and watch your story and your growth and your evolution. You and Shelly have been able to conquer all kinds of obstacles, and so we're really proud of you.
Well, I've had a lot of help. It's not me. I've had a lot of help from the group, and that's where it really comes from.
Beautiful.
So, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Tom. Any final words, Scott?
Yeah, paranormal rental.
Well, Scott, we're going to have to talk about some of the things that I'm not telling on this thing here too.
Sure, dude. Absolutely. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I'm all about that, bro.
Woo. Bonus material. All right, cool. We're going to wrap this one up, folks. If you're live here, stick around for 2 bonus questions. And for those of you catching the recording, check out the next episode, and we'll see you at the house tour, the intro, and the workshop. Have a great day, everybody.